Welcome. My name is Royce Graham. I'm Vice President of Western Industrial Contractors. I started with this company over 35 years ago. When I came here, basically trying to go see the whole world, the whole country, I made one stop here with Denver, Colorado to work with Western Industrial. That was one job where I was doing a job for 1 week, and that was over 35 years ago. I finally met a company that actually cared about people, and that's why I'm still here today. 35 years ago, safety was actually treated much differently than it is today. 35 years ago, we used to look at a job and see how many injuries would be on that job because we knew that there would be an injury. Today, our goal is to have 0 injuries. You'll see that with working with Western Industrial Contractors. At Western, all employees can stop work. That's from an apprentice up to the superintendent. Basically, our goal is to have 0 injuries out there. If something doesn't look safe, if one person says that it's not safe, we stop work and we'll all sit back and figure out how we're going to make this safe. We want you to come to work and leave work in the same condition.
Welcome to Western Industrial Contractors. My name's Rob Vasek, President and CEO. At Western, our top priority is your safety and the safety of those you work with and around. At Western, we are committed to providing you with the training, tools, and equipment to work in a safe manner. Remember, if you are asked to work in an unsafe manner, or you witness unsafe work practices, you have the right to say, knock it off.
Welcome to the WIC team. We're going to go over several safe work practices to help keep you safe while working with WIC. Personal protective equipment. PPE. It is mandatory for you to wear a hard hat, safety glasses, safety-toed shoes, and appropriate gloves. The appropriate safety gloves will be worn while working. If it is mechanics gloves, leather gloves, or latex style gloves. Gloves and safety-toed shoes are in good repair. Hard hats, safety glasses, and safety-toed shoes must be donned whenever you're in the work area. Ensure you inspect your personal protective equipment daily, looking for cracks or dings in the hard hat. Ensure your hard hat is not painted, but you may have customer decals on them. Be sure the brim is facing forward. Ensure safety glasses are ANSI Z87 approved, and the lenses are clean and scratch-free. Ensure you inspect your personal protective equipment daily. WIC also mandates face shields must be worn when there is a possibility of flying objects or splash hazards. So if you are operating that grinder, get that face shield on. Or even if you're working with paint or paint thinner, ensure you are shielded. Also ensure you have hearing protection when working in high noise operation areas, and especially when using power tools like grinders. Personal protective equipment is to protect you, and if the equipment is not in good repair, it cannot protect you. We also mandate you have either a reflective upper garment or a vest when working in a traffic area. Our customers may require safety vests on their property. Ensure you check with the WIC superintendent if safety vests are required on your site. There are some WIC operations where a respirator is required. If a respirator is required for your job, WIC will send you for a fit test. Power tools. Working for WIC, our goal is to ensure you have the right tool for the job you are doing. That way you'll never need to take a guard off a tool. We will get you the right tool to do the job. If you do find a guard missing, take that tool to your foreman immediately, who will either get the tool off the job site or find a replacement guard for that tool. WIC does not tolerate the removal of guards. If you are an apprentice, please ensure you work closely with your foreman to ensure you understand how to use the power tool correctly. Visually inspect your power tool daily. Ensure the blade, bit, or wheel are in good condition. If the blade, bit, or wheel is damaged, get a new one from your foreman. When using the tool, let the tool do the work for you. You should not be trying to overpower the tool. Let the bit, blade, or wheel do its thing. If you find yourself pushing, turning, or muscling the power tool, it has a tendency to bind or kick back, possibly causing you personal injury. This is the reason power tools have guards and handles on them. Daily, you need to do a visual inspection of the power tool you'll be using. Inspect the body of the tool and ensure there are no cracks or dents or have grease on them. The cord has no fraying or scrapes. Also, inspect the plug of the cord to ensure the cord has all 3 prongs. There are tools that are double insulated and will only have 2 prongs. These tools will either have a double insulated square, meaning they are double insulated, or they will say double insulated on them. If the tool has a ground plug, it is not double insulated and the ground plug must be in place. If not, take it out of service immediately. When the tool is ready for use, make sure it is connected to a ground fault circuit interrupter, a GFCI. The GFCI will ensure that the power is cut off prior to anyone getting electrocuted. Monthly, WIC will inspect all electrical equipment in accordance with our Assured Grounding program. The tool will be documented by taping the male end of the cord with WIC's monthly color scheme. This color scheme will be posted on the foreman's gang box. You may be required to use a hand tool, again, and visually inspect the tool for use. Ensure that it is in good condition. When using ladders, WIC requires pre-use inspection of all ladders. Ensure there are no cracks, bent, or loose rungs. All hardware fits properly and is secured. Be sure the ladder is clean and free of grease. Tag it out if you find any deficiencies on the ladder. WIC uses fiberglass ladders that are rated 300 pounds or greater. If there is an aluminum ladder on your worksite, ensure it is not used near electrical components. When using a straight ladder, you want to ensure you use a 4-to-1 rule. For every 4 feet of height, move the base 1 foot from the wall. Usually if you stand with your feet level and put your arms out perpendicular from your body, your hands should be in line with the rungs of the ladder. If this is off, you may not have the right 4-to-1 ratio. When using a ladder, you must maintain 3 points of contact. If you cannot maintain 3 points of contact and you are above 6 feet high, you must ensure you have some sort of fall protection. A harness and a tie-off point will be required. Housekeeping. When ladders are not in use, set them aside for good housekeeping. We should ensure our tools and equipment are placed neatly and orderly in gang boxes. Our gang boxes should be placed out of aisleways and exit paths. Ensure all chain falls and fall protection gear is either hung or placed in individual buckets. When our equipment arrives on a job site, it may be on dunnage or in wooden crates. Take apart any 2x4s or other lumber and organize them for trash. We need to ensure we flatten all nails and screws. If you are doing a demo job, these are some of the most dangerous items, and we need to ensure we are not letting waste build up. Ensure all of our cleaning containers are also marked appropriately in accordance with HAZCOM requirements. First aid and bloodborne pathogen kits will be available on site. Appropriate lifting. You may be asked to carry tools or equipment. To do this, we want to ensure you use proper lifting techniques. When lifting, make sure you use your legs. Here is a good example of a worker bending at the knees and keeping his back straight. This ensures that he is lifting with his legs and not his back. If what you are lifting is over 50 pounds or moving heavy equipment for an extended distance, you either get a partner to help you or use a mechanical lifting equipment like a forklift or even a cart. All forklift operators will wear a seat belt when operating a forklift. Other safety requirements for forklift operators is to ensure the load is at its lowest possible level when in motion and keep all body parts inside the cab. When you stop, make sure that the forks are lowered, the brake is set, and the engine is shut off. If for any reason the forklift is about to tip over, don't try and jump from the forklift. Just brace your legs to the floorboard and your butt to the seat. Hold on to the steering wheel. Too many operators have lost their life trying to jump from the lift only to get caught between the forklift and the ground. If you're going to use a forklift, you must show your certification to WIC superintendent or be certified by the WIC superintendent. Fire extinguishers. There are three main types of fire classes that we need to know about. Class A, which is regular combustibles like wood or paper. Class B, which are petroleums like gasoline. And Class C, which is electrical. For these types of fires, we have extinguishers which are rated for A, B, and C fires. To use the fire extinguisher, we will use the pass system. P, pull the pin. A, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. S, squeeze the handle. S, sweep side to side. When doing hot work, we will fill out a hot work permit before the operation begins. Ensure the permit is filled out correctly and assigned by the appropriate personnel. Each permit from job to job may be different, so your superintendent should go over the form with the appropriate foreman. Prior to starting any hot work, make sure there are no combustibles within 35 feet or petroleum products within 50 feet of the hot work. Make sure we have an inspected fire extinguisher available and, if possible, a water sprayer in case we have a little smoldering. The water spray is a lot cleaner than expelling agent from the fire extinguisher. If there are unmovable combustibles or our customers' products nearby, cover the area with a fire blanket or shields. Also, if there are fans or conveyors running, that we either shut them down or cover them so slag does not travel away from the hot work area, causing a fire in another location. Lockout tagout. If lockout tagout is required, we will ensure that either we lock our locks at the lock or we lock the competent person's key in a group lock box. All lockout tagout will be walked by the customer and Western's competent person. WIC will log in our lockout tagout book all locks that are used. All personnel working on lockout tagout piece of equipment will have a lock on the system. Competent personnel will ensure we have de-energized all form of energy, including electric, pneumatic, kinetic, hydraulic, and any other form of energy. Fall protection. Prior to working at heights, you must inspect your harness and lanyard or self-retracting lanyard, also called a yo-yo. Look for fraying, scrapes on the straps, ensure grommets are not distorted or cracked, and the labels are in good condition. Once you have a good harness and lanyard, it is time to put the harness on. All personnel need to know how to properly put a harness on. You first must grab the harness from the D-ring and shake it out. At the top will be the shoulder harness. Put your arms through just like you're putting on a jacket. Once on, tighten the straps around the legs and shoulders so you can fit 2 fingers between the strap and your body. Tighten the chest strap, again using the 2-finger method. There are different brands of harnesses, so you should get familiar with the harness that you are using on your job site. Now that you know how to put your harness on, you'll still need to connect the lanyard to the D-ring. Now connect the lanyard to the D-ring, making sure the shock absorbing device is closest to the D-ring on your back. Now that you know how to put your harness on, WIC's policy is 100% tie-off above 6 feet. Here is an example of an employee being tied off 100% of the time. WIC has a zero tolerance for breaking the 100% tie-off rule. HAZCOM. Western uses the Global Harmonizing System, and all safety data sheets, SDSs, will be available to any worker. The superintendent will advise all workers of the location of the SDS book. You will find all of our SDSs in this book. Confined spaces. The job you are on may require you to enter a confined space. If you are required to enter a confined space, WIC will train you before you enter that confined space. WIC is a drug and alcohol-free workplace. WIC has zero tolerance for drug or alcohol abuse. Problems with drug and alcohol abuse on and off the job can affect employees' health, safety, and job performance. WIC may drug test employees pre-employment, random, post-accident, or if there is a reasonable suspicion. If for some medical reason, like asthma, diabetes, or heart conditions, you are required to eat or take medication other than at normal break or lunch times, inform your foreman of the requirement when your medication must be taken and where your medication is in the event of an emergency. Prescription drugs and medications. In no circumstances are illegal drugs allowed on any job. This includes any type of cannabis, marijuana, medical, or recreational. Smoking policy. Smoking will be in designated areas only. This includes chewing tobacco, vapes, and of course, cigarettes and cigars. If you use a vaping pen, ensure you leave that in your lunchbox or your car. WIC also has a policy that no vaping pen will be in the pocket of a worker while they are working. For any minor safety violation, first offense will be a written verbal warning. Second offense will be a formal written warning and possible time off. Third offense, employee will be terminated and not eligible for rehire for 90 days. For any serious safety violation, first offense will be a formal written warning with time off. Second offense, employee will be terminated and not eligible for rehire for 90 days. For any life-threatening or flagrant violation, which includes not using fall protection or lockout tagout, horseplay, fighting, first offense, employee will be terminated. Your safety is important to us. If you have any questions about anything on a job site, contact Western Supervision on the job. Welcome to Western Industrial Contractors.
I hope you found this safety video helpful. Thank you for joining our team. Now let's stay mishap-free.